welcome to An Actors Playhouse. How are you? Okay, so today I just want to dive straight into it. I want to talk about monologues. Okay, this is one of the most important things that actors always need, and they have monologues. When you want to go for auditions, or when you want to do anything as an actor, or even go for a class, an acting class, you're always asked to come with a monologue. Come with your monologue. So, but a lot of people do not understand the meaning of monologue. They don't understand what it takes to find the right monologue for them. They don't know how to break down a monologue. They just see like lines, and there are lots of them. They memorize them and they come and they just blurt it out. But that's not how to handle a monologue. So I'm just going to give you a few tips and things that you could use to help you moving forward to get great monologues and execute them properly. Okay, let's start off. Let me start by saying that we all know what a monologue is, right? I mean, this is a prolonged talk by an actor. You're saying stuff alone. Sometimes it's just you talking to the camera or to the audience. Sometimes it can even be in a scene, but the actor has more lines, and the lines are more dominating than the other people's lines. Like one actor that I know does a lot of monologues in a lot of movies is Denzel Washington. If you've seen Fences or you've read the book, he had a 30-minute monologue in the movie. So it's not just about the actor staying in one place and talking. You can get your monologues from anywhere. Now, one thing I want to say is that in preparing a monologue for yourself, please make sure it is age appropriate. It is very shocking to see a 12-year-old coming for an audition and talking about, you broke my heart. The last time we had sex, it was magical, but then you left me. No, that is wrong. And it is very not so great for a 40-something-year-old male or female to come talking about, my daddy wanted me to play with my doll and all of that and all of that. No. Try to pick things that are age appropriate. Things that people you can identify with as a person, not just because of how it seems to others, but because of how you'll be able to execute it. The closer the monologue is to you as a person, the better for you. That is very important. Now, there's something happened to me in LA when I went to teach. There was a group of people in the church, and they wanted me to come teach their people acting because they wanted to make a movie. And then when I got there, I told them, as usual, when you're coming for my class, prepare your 1-minute monologue. So I see where you are at, the level that you have accomplished, then I know where to take it from, because I like to handle people individually, even though they're all in a class. I want to see who is doing what and who's not doing what. So in the course of that class, different people came in with their monologues prepared. Some guy did the one with Denzel, another lady did something, but there was a woman that caught my attention. And in my head, I'm like, wow, this is different, and I loved it. You know what she did? That woman must be almost 50. Yeah. She came in and she sat down in front of me because I said, I'm going to be the casting director. I want to see you do your monologue. I was recording. And she sat down and she looked at me in the eye and she said, promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. And she continued. And as she was talking, I'm like, I've heard those words before. And when she was done, I let her finish. It was beautiful. She cried. She had strong moments. And at the end of the day, I didn't stop her. But when she was done, I said to her, where is this from? Is this a movie? Because I know it is familiar. And she says, think hard, you would know. And I said, promise me, son, not to do this. Oh my goodness, it was from a song. It was from a Kenny Rogers song. If those of you who listen to old school music, I think it's like a, promise me, son, not to do the things I've done. Walk away from trouble if you can. That blew my mind. I'm like, a lot of people don't see monologues like that. She loves music. She was a part of the choir in her church. She could identify with songs like that. She loved music, and she had a grown-up son. So she picked a monologue that was really close to her so that it could be a part of it. And then when she gave me the breakdown of why she chose it, she said, I played the character of a woman who was in jail. And I'm sitting, my son has come to visit me, because she used only the chorus. My son has come to visit me in jail, and I don't want to see him end up like me. And I'm asking him to promise me that he will not do the things I've done. He will not make the same mistakes that I have made. And I was like, you caught my attention. You did. So meaning that monologues should not just be, it must be from a movie, or it must be from here, or it must be from here. It could be anything. It could be from an article that you read. It could be you being a weatherman. It could be you being a doctor. It could be taking it from a song like this woman did. It could be from Maya Angelou. It could be from anything. It could be from a speaker. It could be from an instructor. It could even be from a coach. As long as it is something that you identify with. Let me tell you the secret to auditions. When you're going for an audition and you've prepared a monologue, let your monologue be like you. Let it reflect your person. Yes, they might give you a role that has nothing to do with you, but before then, let that connection with your monologue be so tight that they feel you are talking about your life. Before you get that job, let your audition get you there. Let your audition be so strong. Let your character, your personality be connected with the monologue that you have picked, that you have chosen. I always tell actors, when you're going to audition for people, don't go too far from who you are. If your personality is strong, pick a strong monologue. If you're a tender-hearted, kind-hearted person, pick a soft monologue. Pick something that is easy for you to just embody. Pick something that is a part of you, that you identify with, that comes so that your audition is seamless. So when you're picking a monologue, pick something that you can really, really feel, because if you're not feeling it, trust me, the person on the other side of the room will never feel it. You have to feel that audition. You have to feel your monologue. And no matter how short your monologue is, it must have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And before you start the first line of your monologue, you need to think of it. What is the emotion before the line starts? Let me use the same woman as an example. When she says, "Promise me, son, not to do the things I've done," what could she have been thinking about? How would she have been looking at her son? Was she holding the phone and talking across the bar or across the net or however the jail cell is? Was she crying when he sat down? Was she smiling at him and saying, "Oh, I miss you, son"? What was the emotion? What was the scenario before that line starts? That is your beginning. When your line starts, that is your middle. When your line ends, that is the end. But your monologue must catch somebody's attention within the first 10 seconds. Don't wait until the end before you bring out the goodies. No, at that time you've lost people. Nobody's paying attention to you anymore. They're just waiting for you to finish. And that's the truth that nobody will tell you. When you start your monologue, pick something that first 10 seconds gets the attention. Some people get the attention of the casting directors or the acting teacher before they even say the line, because they have given themselves the emotion before the line comes. Some people start with laughter. Just laughter. And then after the laughter, they come and say, "Why are you laughing with me?" And people are like, "Okay, where are you going with this?" Don't just start your monologues with, "Okay." I've seen a lot of monologues that make me just go, no. It's not about crying. When especially females, when they tell female actors prepare a monologue, the first thing they want to do is get an emotional scene and start to cry. "He did this to me. How could he do this to me? No. After everything I've done." No, please. It's not about that. It's not about the wailing. It's not about the tears. It's not felt. Sometimes it's fake and people can see it. But if you feel it, there's rhythm, there's pace, there's timing, there's a breakdown, there's an emotional range. Have you done your breakdown for the emotional range in your monologue? If you do not know what your emotional ranges are in your monologue, then you have already failed already. You have messed it up already. If you have not broken down your emotional wheel, then that's a problem. If you do not know when the pace will change, when the rhythm will change, where to take your pauses, if you don't know that, that's a problem. If you're not feeling it, if you're not listening to what you are saying and reacting with your whole body, your body language, the emotion, how it's making you feel, how you want the people listening to you to feel. You want them to feel for you. It's not just to listen to you. And you can't force them to feel by overdoing it. No, it's not about that. Make them feel for you by just watching you, listening to you, looking at your body language, seeing the sincerity in your eyes, hearing the tones and inflections in your voice. That's what gets the attention. That's how you perform a killer monologue. And trust me, when you do that, people will know that you have done your homework. Get their attention within the first 10 seconds and you'll be amazed. Pick monologues that are close to you as a person. Someone has even, there was a time we were doing casting for a feature film and we're looking for someone to play a particular role, and we saw his reel. He had done different things with different people, but do you know the one that got him the job? The one where he sat down in his kitchen and he was talking about himself. Plain and simple. He introduced himself, and the next thing he introduced his cat. And in my head I'm thinking, why do I want to know about your cat? But that question propelled me to listen, so I could know more about his cat and why he would choose to talk about his cat in his monologue. He caught my attention. And because it was so seamless, it was something real to him. He felt it. I looked at him and I'm like, okay, this guy can do it. Because he's able to internalize. Why? He used the same old trick. It's an old trick that actors use. It's a very simple old trick. Do something that has happened to you. Do something that is you, just for the audition. When you get the role, you can become that character. But before you get the role, do something that is you. I'm giving you a trick that nobody wants people to know. And that's the truth. Because I will say, go on. Whatever you have, make sure that it does the job. It's not about the film you got it from, or the actor you got it from, or the book you got it from, or the Google that you got it from. It's about how you execute a monologue. Make it strong. Make it powerful. Do it on time. Make it close to your character. Make sure you feel it. Let them feel you within the first few seconds. Let it be something that you can identify with. Break down the emotional range. Break it down. Break it down from beginning, which is what you are feeling before the first line. Let it have the beginning, the middle, and the end. And own it. Own and enjoy your monologue. It's not about the crying and the screaming and the tears and the shouting. And no. It's not about how many lines you can memorize. It's what you do with the lines. It's how it makes you feel and how you make them feel. That is how you perform an amazing monologue. I hope this has helped someone. Keep sharing, keep commenting, keep talking about An Actors Playhouse, and look out for the workshops and the classes. By God's grace, we'll be doing online classes as well, but just keep looking out for the information. Follow us on social media. We're everywhere. All right, I'll see you guys again soon.